Hi guys, welcome to In the Real Life podcast. Today we have an amazing guest, and I'm so excited to have him on the podcast. I'm so honored, and I know that you guys are going to really appreciate this interview. Yeah, we have Fresh L in the building. Please, everybody, make some noise. Hi, Fresh. Welcome to the podcast.
Hey, what's up? How you?
I'm good. It's good to have you. So, on
Anytime.
this podcast, we talk self-improvement, self-development, being the best versions of ourselves, all that. Clearly, this is something that you're very into.
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's very interesting to like kind of get your own like an inside scoop on your own opinion, your own like perspective of how you constantly every day improve yourself and all of that. So first of all, let's talk, career. You are one of the biggest nightlife entrepreneurs in Nigeria and you're from our generation. This is a big deal.
yeah.
How did you get into that? How did you decide, okay, I'm going to do this?
It wasn't even a thing I decided. I feel like I've always just been someone that has been interested in nightlife.
Okay.
I've been for many years, since I was actually like 15. That was the first time I went into a club abroad and I had to memorize like someone's fake ID, an ID that obviously wasn't mine. Literally going from club to club to club to club using this one ID that said I was 19 when I was 15. And that's really when the love came about, to be honest. So obviously I was just clubbing like crazy, having fun, meeting people. I'm obviously like an extrovert and I'll say I have like great people skills. So even like when I'll go clubbing, I'll just like be friends with like the manager or like bartenders, whatever the case was. I've just always been like that. So from London to different cities. And then when I went to Miami, it hit me different because I seen like a different, perspective of what the club looks like and everything. And it was actually looking like what like the music videos showed. So that obviously hit me like, wow, this clubbing thing is definitely something that's really dope. And I just enjoyed it as a consumer. Then I moved back to Lagos in 2016, and then I literally started promoting for 57, which was 2017. So I'll do like Thursday nights. I'll like learn the game. I'll speak to the owner regularly. Like I was just that kind of person. And then I finally stumbled across a shisha lounge called Excel, which had no roof. It was just like open. It was like in a car park.
Uh-huh.
I'll bring friends, I'll bring girls, guys, whatever. And then the business just started developing and I started getting cool with the owner. And then it went from me just bringing my friends to me having one night to me having two nights, then to him being like he wants to move to a different place. And I'm like, I want to take over this place, and then that's how we came up with Hotbox. Yeah, I remember Hotbox, low ceiling, small capacity, but it was really fun. It was very intimate and was very affordable at the time. And then we just decided to just scale up, renovate the whole building. We literally expanded the whole ceiling, like overdeveloped it. We had to employ more people. We had to change the interior. And then that's really when I started getting on my marketing shit for real, like promoting like crazy on Instagram, coming up with different concepts, themes, inviting artists, hosting them, just thinking outside the box, man. Getting an amazing photographer, branding the whole Instagram page. Price started increasing, people started coming more. I took the bar out. Now it's so unheard of. Like club doesn't have a bar, especially in
Uh,
Lagos. So that was just a game changer. So it was strictly tables. Obviously prioritizing everyone's safety. Like we literally have so many like bouncers and all that. We had to brand them, get them really nice uniforms. We introduced, more dancers, poles, so not strippers, literally just pole dancers. And obviously I had to brand the bottle girls.
Hotbox bottle girls are like they are the shit. So
Now, they have their own Instagram page.
uh,
They are getting different gigs. One of our dancers even went on tour with David. You
okay.
know, some of our Bolton girls get hosted in other clubs on their birthdays. Crazy. So yeah, that's pretty much how the journey has been.
You're bringing, a lot of innovativeness into the scene.
Yeah.
Nightlife is a big deal in Lagos. Do you think that you would have been able to like, come up with all of this if you lived in an entirely different country?
To be really honest with you, if I definitely lived in maybe Atlanta, I probably have done something like this. But definitely Lagos definitely gives you that opportunity to grow and to just develop ideas from scratch. I definitely really appreciate that, that I'm such a Lagos boy, honestly. Like I love it here so much.
Is
You
it
know?
competitive, like the industry, the whole nightlife
Absolutely.
industry?
Absolutely. When we opened Hotbox, we were competing with like one or two clubs. Now they're about like nine or 10. every time we closed for renovation, there were like 2 clubs that opened in that period,
Mm.
and then we're also seeing lounges now get into the club space,
Yeah, every
increasing as far as
restaurant is turning into, a
yeah,
lounge.
places that would usually end at 12, 1 are now ending at like 3, 4. So if people spend money on lounge the whole night, it's going to be hard for them to want to go clubbing. Only if you do that. But I'm also part of a lounge called Pavilion. So
So, Fresh, give us like an insight into, your life, your upbringing, your childhood, because it's like we know Soft Boy Fresh, like we know the lifestyle and all of that, but
yeah.
like we don't know Fresh. So, give us an insight into like what created or molded this person that we have right now.
To be really honest, I've always been like this my whole life. Before anything, I've always just been pretty gentle, neat, very fresh, I guess. My parents definitely raised us that way, with integrity, and like we value certain things like how we present ourselves and how we conduct ourselves publicly and privately. So that has just been embedded in me my whole life. But obviously getting like amazing education. Just been a good kid, good student, always willing to learn, willing to expand, willing to, meet new people.
Uh-huh.
Like I network, like that's why I was always out to begin with that much. Growing up, my parents didn't work 9 to 5. They had their businesses. I remember just being like 7, 8, just knowing that I was never going to like work.
Mm.
Yeah, I grew up in a nice house, in a nice household, very loving family. And I've just always had the freedom to do whatever. Like they give us the freedom to express. So even when, I recorded my first song when I was 12, it wasn't an issue. And I knew I was just going to just record more music and perform and all that, which obviously opened other doors in different sectors.
Mm.
From that freedom, also just from being a good kid, like if you're doing well in school and there are no bad reports
Yeah,
about,
they're gonna
you're
let you.
very gonna let you do what you want to
Yeah.
do. Especially if it starts working. Like, I stopped collecting money from both of them many years ago.
Was that your conscious decision, or they were like, okay, Fresh, you need
No,
to like.
yeah, it was me.
Okay.
It was just me just being able to take care of myself. So
So
yeah.
you also do music. You're an entertainment person. There's more to you than just, club. I feel like, and I've seen people on Twitter describe your music as luxury rap or something
Yeah.
like that. Well, how do you describe your own music?
First of all, I'm a very amazing songwriter.
Okay.
But when it comes to lyrics and just crafting, words, just putting words together. A lot of people would say I'm one of the best rappers in Nigeria, but I would say I'm the best. And even the best know I'm the best, right? I get respect, amongst my peers. I feel like I'm not chasing fame, or I feel like I'm very, very satisfied with my output. I just don't drop consistently because I just don't really have the time to like structure releases and do all the back end stuff.
Uh-huh.
2007 was when a guy called Tabena and I just came up with DRB. Basically, we were roommates in Melbourne and we just put love in music. He was producing and rapping and he could sing at the time. And I was only rapping, and then he taught me how to record myself and so many of these things, man, and then slowly started building up. 2008, obviously, Mary was like the first single. By that time, we were 5, and they were just like moving as a unit. So I just really like the students, like balancing school and music.
Uh-huh.
Then started getting, a lot of industry support, doing our concerts, getting endorsements and all that, shooting videos with like huge directors, it was all amazing, man. It was fun the whole time. And then I made transition into just like rap and like more hip hop R&B because I really don't like Afro beats that much.
I was gonna ask you if, we Nigerians are your target audience. Like, what's your target audience for your music? Like,
To be honest, on paper, like it's really honest, my market is really just like anyone that loves hip hop. But I definitely don't really, I won't, I might never like make an Afrobeat song in my life. Do you know what I'm saying?
why you don't like?
It's just not my bag, man. Right
Okay.
now I'm moving at a position where I want to do what I'm comfortable with.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I remember when I recorded Firewood, and that was just really because David is like my actual friend outside music. It
Uh,
was, and it was a cool song, but it wasn't something I was comfortable like performing. Or do you understand what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
I can rap on an Afrobeat song, but like I don't know if I'm about to sing or do a dance and all that.
Okay.
But I dropped an EP called Lifestyle. That's where the luxury rap came from.
Okay.
Literally telling people how I move and what I do, things I'm interested in. And yeah, that was amazing, man. Working with Odunsi, he co-produced the EP. We definitely created a lot of amazing songs on there, and I think people need to check it out. It was definitely quite slept on, but the ones who heard it definitely appreciated it.
Mhm.
And I'm about to drop another EP produced by GMK. This is the first time I'm saying this, actually.
That's
Yeah,
super cool. Thank you
yeah,
for
man.
giving us the inside scoop. We
Yes,
appreciate it. Okay, so Fresh, let's talk discipline, right? Because you make everything sound so easy. I drop music, I do this, I have two clubs I'm running. It sounds so neat, but we know it's not, we know it's never that neat. We know it's never that like to run businesses and deal with
definitely not.
human beings and all
Yeah,
of that. It's never that. So I see that you go to the gym every day. I don't know if it's
yeah.
every day, but often.
I
But
work out a
yeah,
lot.
tell us how you stay disciplined. And if you ever get burnt out, if you ever lose like motivation,
Yeah. Okay. As far as discipline, I'm very vain. So
then
yeah, that's literally what pushes me to just make sure I look good. That's where, the love for the gym really came about, I guess.
okay.
Just wanted to be like Jaru when I was a teenager. I just wanted to have abs initially. And then obviously as I got older, I started realizing that pecs, biceps, back, everything, shoulders were all just literally as important as abs.
Uh-uh.
I'm an athlete as well. I play all sports pretty well. So, competing in school for that long obviously also made me want to get in the gym just so I can get stronger and more effective in different sports. Um, Especially when I was playing rugby and like when I used to run track. So you actually need to be quite strong.
Mm.
Uh, so yeah, I mean, and also like one of my mentors just happens to own a gym. So that's where I've been going to for the past year and a bit. I've bounced around. I've gone to like 8 different gyms, and I also have a gym at home. I used to be a gym rat at a point, just going to different people's gyms. I play tennis once a week now at home. So yeah, I definitely do like staying fit. I like being able to walk without panting, running up and down the stairs, and just doing I can do all these things without getting tired. Yeah, discipline in other areas is definitely quite tricky because some days you don't want to just wake up and do something when you're just tired or you don't have motivation. But one thing I'm not is lazy. I always try and just avoid just being lazy, like because you can't be productive when you're lazy,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just not me, man. I just like knowing I'm doing something a day. Especially with like Hotbox and Pavilion now, like there are literally over like 150 people that are relying on me and my partners. Apart from serving people, and make sure the service is top notch, you also need to remember that people are getting paid off this multiple people, hundreds of people. Yeah, man. And you want to make investors happy, you want to make yourself happy, you want to keep finding new ways to stay motivated. You want to inspire others as well. People are looking up to me. Do you
Uh-huh.
understand? So there's many angles, But I also pray. I pray, I meditate. I go to the spa when I get a massage, like I'm just thinking about work. Every time,
So self-care.
yeah, of course.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to bring out some like, hard time stories, anything like that.
I mean, hard times, like what are hard times? I
Hard
don't know.
times like challenges, which is normal for every business person.
Of course
Like,
now, the time when like the prices of things increase and we need to increase our prices, those times are not easy. Hard times, those times are not easy, man. Do you understand what I'm saying?
uh-huh.
Well, you have to keep, motivated. I don't want to get into detail, but obviously, we definitely had weeks or days where, the sales might not be as much. But we keep going, man. We're almost 3 years in. Hotbox. Pavilion is 10 weeks. Even music, like I put out a dope song and no one likes it.
Mm,
But like I said, I do shit for myself, I do it for myself. I don't do it for anyone else, which makes things easier and there's
mm,
no pressure. Yeah, I can't imagine if I had like targets to meet, honestly.
okay. So advice section now. What advice would you give to, young people who are trying to get into nightlife entrepreneurship in Lagos or in Nigeria generally? So I know people start with PR and eventually they move up, find their way, like network with people and everything. But I feel like to even enter into that scene, because nightlife is kind of expensive. So I feel like you need to have a certain amount of money to be at the club
It's
every
extremely
other day.
extremely expensive. I must have spent millions going out, obviously. Meeting people, you definitely need to spend money for sure.
Mm,
No club owner or manager would even like want to work with you if they don't see you that often. And you also can't be that person that's just hanging about without getting drinks, right?
mm,
Very tricky one. But I think everyone thinks PR is the only way to get in. But I just met this guy on Instagram who takes dope pictures, right? So I told him that he should start taking pictures for me every weekend. We've done 3 weekends now, and he's literally like taking pictures of Tiwa Savage. He has met this person, Pat Ranking, all that just being around me. And now he works at Pavilion. So you can also enter being a photographer, videographer, photo girl, whatever the case might be, man. You work your way up. That's the goal. Even like
mm,
girls, I'll tell them that, look, you guys, at one point, you're going to leave here and do something else.
mm.
You also got a Hotbox today. Tomorrow, you can manage a lounge. Next week, you can have your own company. So there's so many avenues, man. There's even someone that used to basically, there's someone that basically used to book certain artists. So just like an agent, I guess,
Mm,
trying to get into like nightlife properly. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because he used
mm-hmm.
to for like shows and all that, but obviously artists also perform in clubs. They also want to do walkthroughs, appearances. They want to like premiere their songs. So yeah, it can come through different venues, I would say.
So you just have to be creative enough to,
Yeah, be creative
yeah.
enough, be willing to take risks. Don't be a sleepy ass head because you have to be out
Okay.
at night. It's nightlife for a reason.
Mm, mm.
Sleep too much, you can't even do this. I've been sleeping for like 4 hours for like the last 10 years.
Is that healthy?
I don't know. I feel like honestly, if I slept more, I wouldn't be where I am. I'm not even
Mm.
saying I'm not even like those people that like, oh,
We've
but
heard.
even if I slept for 8 hours, I think I'll still be where I am. But like I feel like I'm always up thinking of things and doing things.
So one of the questions I have for you is, you mentioned having a mentor, and I'm just going to assume you have more than one mentor.
Yeah,
Like,
I have a few I look up to
this
that
is this on purpose? Why are mentors necessary?
yeah, mentors are very necessary because like they've done everything you're trying to do. So like all my mentors are like, way older than me in their 40s,
Okay.
some when I was really getting into like the music business side of things, there's someone I was speaking to closely at the time, who was guiding me, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and he's been in the industry for about 30 years. Do you get what I'm saying? So there are people that have been doing this longer than I've been alive, even, right? That you want to definitely soak game from.
So
The guy,
they just teach you, like you're just around them and they're just,
they let you know their mistakes, what to do, what not to do. They provide resources if they can. They lead you in the right direction, man. Introducing you to
yeah.
people active in the field. It's like the guy that owns the gym I'm talking about, right? He also owned 2 clubs in the past. Like I was a young boy going to his clubs at the time, so
Hmm.
that's like 15 years ago. Everything's the same, just different eras.
Did you actively seek your mentors out? Like, oh, I want this person to be my mentor. Or it just
Uh,
happened like these are people in your circle.
when it happened to me in my circle, if I wasn't in this circle, or if I didn't have access to certain people, I don't know what I would do. It's not that easy to just say you want this person that has been successful to be a mentor. Like, how do you even reach him if you don't even know anyone that knows him? But I'm definitely very blessed to be in such a circle and to have friends and family who know these people that have done amazing things. There was a time where I was talking to one of my mentors, like maybe 4 years ago. Like I used to go to his office and he would just like keep me in the library and all that stuff. And he would tell me stories about my mom when she was like in her 20s and 30s, like stuff that she hasn't even told me yet.
Mm,
So some mentors even know your parents not more than you, but like they know about your parents like whole life. And it just
mm,
makes you very comfortable. They've done amazing things. I mean, this man, he started a bank in the 80s. Like one of the banks I bank with, he started it, you know. So when they speak, you definitely want to take notes and listen.
Mm-hmm.
Take advice from anyone, but like for me going out of my way to talk to you about something, it's because like I need you to provide like a solution.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what mentors do. They actually provide solutions.
Because they have certain insights.
They just know too much.
Last question. You said you have a lot of people working with you. So I know you have to deal with a lot of people, not just like in your business, but then with like, promos and different things that you
Of
do.
course, yeah, PR team, man, we have so many promoters, videographers, photographers, managers. It's a whole ecosystem, man. Like it's a whole community to make everything work. I was the front man
Mm-hmm.
for the first 2 years. I put that shit on my head. Literally, I was wearing the Hotbox hat almost every day for 1 year straight.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that was very intentional. Like I was wearing the Hotbox hat so much. People were like, what's Hotbox, Hotbox?
Mm-hmm.
Things like that. Yeah, but like I said, it's not just me. There's definitely a whole ass team.
Mm-hmm.
Work is very important. I've really been big on teamwork. Even in uni, like I always like group stuff.
Mm.
Teamwork is actually the best. Even in DRB, I feel like that's where like my strength really lies. Just working with
People.
people.
Okay.
Like,
So tips on making everybody feel, important, like all the people that you work with and just having a cohesive ecosystem. Yeah, everybody has the same goal of
hmm,
moving the company forward, but people have different behaviors and different things that trigger them and,
you're absolutely
human beings.
have different backgrounds to begin with. Some people are rude, some are cheeky, some are too quiet,
Mm,
some are too noisy. So you have to manage human beings, personalities. Some people are in their 30s, 40s, and they've been raised a certain way their whole lives. How do you want a grown-ass man to change how he's going to react or
yeah.
interact? Different things like that. Definitely managing human beings is definitely the toughest role ever. That's toughest in any business. But like it's God's grace, I definitely encourage meetings, you know, group chats. I make everyone feel free. Just express yourself. I don't form like I'm the boss, even if I'm part of the team. I learn from them, they learn from me. Both Pavilion and Hotbox, funny enough, I'm the youngest. I've just always been very respectful. Like I said, my parents just always respectful, especially to your elders. So, because I demand respect, so you gotta, you feel me?
Yeah.
Not just how I am. But yeah, just making them feel very safe, feel like, their opinions are being heard.
Have you ever had like an employee with very messy behavior, like or bad energy, throwing everyone off, or
Absolutely.
in
Yeah, I mean that has happened. People have definitely been fired based on them just being inappropriate and just doing things that don't align with the brand. People have been demoted, people have been suspended. Definitely different measures have been exercised across.
do you deliver it or you always send someone else to like okay.
Handle it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So this is going to be the last question, but I need you to just go on like kind of like an advice rant to, young people out there that look up to you, want to be successful in whatever fields that they are in. There are so many different fields that people are in, but like we can always find what to identify and admire in somebody, whether they're in a different field from us or not. So, I mean, people come from different backgrounds, and so, would appreciate some practical advice from the one and only Fresh Air.
First of all, don't cut corners, man. Like I feel like you need to put in the hours. It's not like school where you can kind of like fake your way through it. You have to be really hands-on with things because you will definitely be cheated a lot. So you can't be too relaxed about your own business. You need to put yourself out there. You need to market and promote every single time, every opportunity you get. Till today, I'm meeting new people and telling them about Hotbox and Backdoor. Maintaining relationships, literally is very important. Relationships are just like the most important thing because every business needs people. If you burn bridges, people are not gonna fuck with you. That's just the truth. You stand on business or whatever people say or whatever, but like just don't be dumb about it. Don't burn a bridge unnecessarily or even at all. If someone really hurts me, I just keep it moving, man. I feel like you just never know who's who. Treat people with the same amount of respect. Be a good listener. You know, a lot of people are crying out for help. A lot of people also just want you to hear them out. And it could even add to your business, man. Like I said, this photographer, you know, if I didn't really look through my DMs, or if I ignored him, he would have had a secure job right now. Now he's got like 3 or 4 different bookings just by hanging out with me over
Mm.
3 weekends. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always hear people out, man. Well, that's one thing I'm good at as well. Actually, I can see someone I'm like, yeah, I could add to this or I could do this.
Mhm.
Building a team is also very important. Can't do everything by yourself, man. Honestly, group chats are so key, man. Pray a lot, you know, especially if you're in nightlife or entertainment. It's a very dark world, man. Extremely dark. You know, some people are out there to cause harm. Some are out there to have fun. Some are out there because they are depressed. Some are out there because they want to celebrate. You know, so people are going out for different reasons. The things we have in common is that we want to drink, I want to listen to music. But people are literally like fighting demons.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Escaping from their lives.
reality. And
Yeah.
people are going out looking for who their wives or husbands. So people are looking for lifetime partners in the same place where some of us are going just to go and have fun. That shit is crazy, man. That shit can get dark. You know, you're mixing with all sorts of people, man. Rich kids, poor, I don't know, whoever. Yeah, man, honestly. If you don't have parents that pray, I suggest you start praying a lot, man.
Yeah.
Oh, man. People
Yeah.
are envious. Once they start seeing traction, envy creeps in. That one is a given. You can't even escape it. People start treating you different. So how do you now react? How do you move when someone that had known you for 20 years is now acting this way because he thinks you're making so much money? Obviously, your circle will definitely change. A few people will definitely be left.
Is that painful? Because every single time I feel like, oh, as you grow, you just some people just naturally, fall out of your lives. You find that painful? Because me, I find it painful.
I mean, for me, like I watch my parents. There's a time where we used to have some people come to the house. As a group, getting older, people start just saying, this shit always happens. You know, people that you're friends with in secondary school might not make it to A levels, might not make it to uni, might not make it to the real world. Then
Mm,
when you not get to real world, like post uni, career choices now start separating people. Apart from that, you have people with families. If someone gets married and has 2 kids, it might not seem as much as you're single.
yeah,
You know, so
yeah.
you have shit like that going on as well. You know, you have some people who are even just going through so much that they just disconnect, can't even reach them. You have people
Mm,
text, hey, what's up, hope you're okay. They don't reply you like 4 or 5 days. And it's not beef, but they're just dealing with so much. So
yeah.
things that as your younger years, you won't really get it. But when you get to like 30 or a bit older, you start understanding what it is,
Fair
so
enough.
but yeah, it's not
So,
painful, not personal.
mm, you feel like you're more mature than your age mates. You feel like you've had more experiences than most people your age.
Of course, by far, like I had the experience of like a 40-year-old man and I'm 31. You know what I'm saying?
Mm, yeah,
Because I was outside early.
yeah.
Like I was outside early, street guys were surrounding me like when I was 16. Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been earning for a very long time. I've been chilling with uncles, at a young age, going out with older friends. I was the 15-year-old guy chilling with guys that were 20, 21. Yeah, and I'm the firstborn. I feel like a lot of my older friends have been in my life for so long. They've been, showing me the ropes and all that along the way. Do you get what
Mm,
I'm saying? So yeah. And even like with Pavilion, for example, like one of my is
early
like
50s.
like 23, 24 years older than me. Do you understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So 24 years ago I was 7.
Mhm.
Do you understand what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
I do.
So think about me now at 31 hanging out with 7-year-old. What can we talk about?
Mm,
But as you get older, you realize you guys have certain things in common business wise. So yeah, just being around those type of people, you learn a lot. You grow up really quick, really, really quick. you know, and with that freedom as well, you know, I told you that how we're so free as kids. So I've had to just try things, fail at this, succeed at this, make this mistake, you know, dates the wrong girls, all sorts.
You think you're going to give your kids that kind of the same kind of freedom? Because it has backfired for some people. I mean, it worked out good for you, but like for some people,
Let me tell you something.
mm,
I'm going to give my kids the ultimate freedom ever. I'm going to tell them to do what they want to do. I'm going to, first of all, like naturally, you know, if you're an active parent and you're present, you literally start understanding what type of kids you have, right? So like it was clear that I was very creative. I used to draw a lot. I had so many drawing books and so many rap books. So I was always expressive, writing, drawing, painting. And then I was really good at literature, really good at arts.
mm,
I almost literature even for A level, but I just didn't want to read so many books. But I like poems. I've always liked writing, and I always liked drawing and painting. I did art A levels, you know, for 2 years. So, and then I started recording too at 12. So I was just a kid in the house, always watching Channel O, MTV, always trying to dress like a rapper, always dancing, doing Harlem Shake, posters on my wall. So when my parents are seeing this kind of child, you already know what's
yeah,
happening now.
yeah,
So I was looking up to every single American artist, then rapping like them, then rapping on their beats, then developing my own sound, then going out to the clubs I see them go to, drink the same champagne. Then now having my own club and lounge where I'm hosting
yeah,
them. Like last on my birthday last year, I went to the airport to literally pick French and Swahili up on my birthday. So that even just shows like how much, yeah, on your birthday, you don't want to do stuff
yeah,
like that. I was at the airport, like their private jet to land. You know, the manager saying they're going to the hotel to change. I'm just there chilling, waiting on them, driving all the way back to Mako. You know, making sure Mako wasn't even open that day, but we had to open Mako just to host them and accommodate them properly before we now went to Hotbox back door. Do you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that was basically a story of my life, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah. Okay. First, so where do you see Lagos nightlife in the next 5 years? Almost done. Where do you see Lagos nightlife in the next 5 years?
In the next 5 years, I
Do you
definitely
think
want to
we
be.
peaked? Do you think Lagos nightlife has peaked? You know how industries peak and then they like
It hasn't peaked.
go down from
Hasn't peaked. I don't. To be honest, as far as like even like this era, we haven't even seen peak yet. You know, because the last golden era was like, you know, I'll say like maybe Vapors when Vapors then were popping, right?
Mm,
Pop up Vapors, then you know, Rehab. These are clubs where it's like you say it now, people are just smiling and have a billion stories to tell. You get what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
Um, These are times where, I mean, to be honest, last year was pretty close, but it was just Hotbox that was active. So if there were like 4 or 5 Hotboxes last year, that would have been crazy. Because Hotbox last year, you walk in, it's not even centered around celebrities, right? Because you definitely see your friends having fun, loads of your friends, right? But you also see Wiz. You go to the toilet and run into Buju. You see Zlatan dance table. You might see David tomorrow. You see Burner. Like, so it's been a long time since we had that club or those clubs where it has like multiple artists wanted to actually come and
Yeah.
have fun, not come Francis was like work related. You know, where like things are trending, going viral. Like when people on TikTok, people send me so much stuff on TikTok about how people just, oh, they're going out, nightlife, blah, blah, blah. Next, you know, Hotbox is in the video or Pavilion about house and them. So I feel like if we had more of like those type of spots. But yeah, I think it's definitely heading direction of like just entertainment, man. People really just want to be entertained.
Okay.
So yeah, I just think it's just going in that direction of like you might need to start having a full ass production. Like the DJ sets, whoever is on stage, and to see how they had dancers on stage, that was a game changer. That was a game changer with the pole, game changer. Because no pop had done
The
that
people
before.
start doing that after.
Before people started doing that after Hotbox.
Yeah.
Before, the only time you see people at a strip club, and a strip club, they're actually naked. Ours are not naked, they're just dancing. So that changed everything. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So entertainment, Pavilion, we have like 9, 10 different things running through the whole night. You get what I'm
Okay.
saying? The other places, La Bella, Zaza, they're all doing like similar things. We're just focused on that entertainment aspect as well as the other stuff. But I think now, if you have a club now and you're not providing any next level, like it needs to be well thought out. Obi's house, just series of entertainment. If you will be like,
I feel like there's a lot of psychology and things
of
that go
course,
into like this thing. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
Okay.
How
Sorry?
how old are you?
22.
That damn,
Yeah.
you're young though, but you're doing great.
Okay. Thank you so much, Fresh, for coming on the podcast. This was an amazing, insightful interview. I've learned so much. And I know that everybody listening has learned a lot as well. And we wish you the very best. We want you to become a worldwide household name when it comes to nightlife and entertainment. There's so much more for you. And, we know, everybody knows. So we're rooting for you here at In the Real Life Podcast.
Thank you guys so much, man. Thanks for having me. You
Yeah.
know, and I wish you guys nothing but the absolute best.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Have a good day.